is throbbing like crazy right now.
Hello everyone, I'm T-Dragon and I could not be bothered doing this waiting to play the game after what I just saw. So I'm continuing immediately from within the last episode.
The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed. And his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not gonna believe it. I'll never believe it, 'cause I believe in everyone. So do your best. And don't forget to save regularly.
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am absolutely, completely, and utterly fucking clueless as to what's going on right now.
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right?
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, clean.
Devoid of blood?
Nobody's ever complimented me on my appearance before. Not even my own mother.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Because there's no blood on him.
I see! Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes, that's it. Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere.
At least some of it would have got on him.
There were even bloodstains on the inside of the tablecloth.
But there's that blood-stained tablecloth as well.
If he stabbed Byakuya to death, it's strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been?
That tablecloth.
I guess we did see something I could have used.
This has to be
I
it.
can prove it with this! You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloths we found in the storage room, right?
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it. Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You couldn't have got there.
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you...
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, hitting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
Then what does it mean?
Maybe the killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
I'm convinced it was under the floor.
No, there's no mistake that the murder occurred under that table.
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody, so there's no denying Byakuya was killed there. But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
I don't understand at all!
He was under the floorboards.
You look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle. I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
They were under the floors.
Under the table, but not under the table. If it's somehow possible, it's the only way that makes sense. Moving forward, we should put aside all unnecessary preconceptions and just choose the answer. I think.
It seems we have to figure out important words. The improved Hangman's Gambit will occur. Goes to line up the right letters in order so it reveals a keyword related to the incident in question. Improved Hangman's Gambit is like a little puzzle game. Various letters will be flying across the screen in all directions. There are 2 rules you must remember. 1. 2 different letters clash. If 2 different letters clash, you will take damage. If 2 of the same letters clash, they will fuse. You just make 2 of the same letters clash while you try not to let... Just make 2 of the same letters clash while you try not to let 2 different letters clash. That is what's most important. In order to do that, you've been given a technique to catch and release. Remove the reticle with the right amount and press the right button while it's on top of a letter. You can snatch the letter like a vacuum. This one means to catch the letter. However, you can only catch 1 letter at a time, so please be careful. When you press the right button while you have a letter caught, you can shoot it where your cursor is aiming. This is how you release the letter. Catch and release, you can change the position of the letters and hit letters into each other. Make sure you hit the same letters so you can fuse them. Fused letters will freeze and get bigger. Pressing the right button, you can blow it up and erase it from the field. It's called firing letters. Catch and release the right mouse button, and after you fuse them, fire with the right mouse. There's a whole lot of right mouse buttons. If you just erase letters, you won't be able to clear the game. Ultimately, the main goal in Improved Hangman's Gambit is completing the keyword. Display the question with a tab key and figure out what keyword will answer that question. About lining up the keyword. Instead of pressing the right button to fire the letter, just please press the left button. If that happens at the same time the letters blow up, it will be sent to the keyword list. If the sent letter is correct, it will fit in the keyword list. If it's not, the influence gauge will take damage. You write the keyword in order based on the flying letters. Please think about the completed keyword. Also, if you leave a fused letter alone for a while, it will just blow up on its own. In that case, it will still damage you, so please be very careful. Took so long to play up. I'm confused, but I will try. Well then, good luck and have fun. Place Byakuya got stabbed, and the place where the killer did the stabbing aren't the same. Using those words as a clue, I should put aside the preconception and try to think about it. Something is coming to me. A little bit more. I feel like I see something. Under the floor. Need an N. There we are. 1 N. 2 N. Can I have a D, please? I would like the D. Oh dear. Can I? Come on, another T, please. Need an E. Can I have a T? You're a T? Can I have another T? Come on, give me another T. This is bad. Come on, another T, please. Oh dear. Get over here. Another H, another H, another H, another butterfly H. You. No! I'm in trouble. L. O's! More O's! Russ.
I got it! Got it! The killer must have stabbed Byakuya from under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. Where? How?
Wait, there we
I
go.
don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
Yeah. Hamster has to know because he got his earring back. You.
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
Yes, obviously.
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboard, right?
Ah, there it is. I found it. Truly, that is the Hellhound earring. It seems God exists for my benefit. I see, good view. However, how do I recover it? Can I fit my arm through this opening? Or to use a tool it'd probably not reach either.
Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes. However, it's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh? Could it be? Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began, then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
So, Gundam knows how to get under the floorboards.
It's understandable. After all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass.
Did he get one of his hamsters to go get it?
But I am different. With the power of my 4 dark devas of destruction, it is of no concern. Truly, this is the evil 4th eye. Before the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is rendered asunder.
Did you shove the hamster under the house?
What should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room.
Oh. I was right, I knew there was a trapdoor, I knew it!
Devas of destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards. And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands. Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my power!
I think that was the hamster's power.
There he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know.
Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
And that has to be how the killer did it. If the space beneath the floor is empty, it's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
I see. If they passed through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy, like...
That is not how those words are pronounced. Okay.
I'm not talking about your sound effects. You're saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards.
Who wasn't at the party again?
I didn't participate, but I was guarding the entrance, remember? Monami over there can be my witness, right? Yes! This Monami over here is your witness!
I believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
The only person...
Come on.
From the photo I took before the blackout.
It can't be Fuyuhiko.
It obviously has to be him.
Yay! It's decided!
What the fuck are you saying? I'm not the killer!
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like, I can do it?
Don't mess with me! I'll fucking kill you!
See? You're making threats again.
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him. And once again, I should have set it to gentle. Okay, what's the evidence? I've got present. Chiaki's account.
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
You could have stared at panties all day. Without going to the storage room in the dark.
Come on.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know?
Chiaki saw him.
That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong!
No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi. Isn't that...
Oh, you're right.
Huh? What happened, Fuyuhiko? Hey, what are you doing here all alone at a place like this? I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should have said that earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
He didn't want to be left out.
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside. And he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
He's clearly a masochist.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
Then someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party. During the party? It was probably during the blackout. Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
But is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
Couldn't you just hold your hand along the wall?
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
Oh, please tell me it's not the mechanic. I'm confused. I'm so confused.
It appears we're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
Definitely sounds impossible.
Okay, I'm so very confused.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
It's gotta be this somehow.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
I don't think
Maybe
this
there was another pair of night vision goggles?
Crap!
Oh god,
The
come
hallway
on.
was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
Damn it!
It sounds impossible.
I'm so confused. I'm so very confused.
The hallway was really dark during the moving to the storage room. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut.
What if they used a light?
That is not it. Come on.
Crap! The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that.
Come on. What do I have? What do I have? What do the equipment list say on it? Portable stove. Portable stove might be a light source.
It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut.
What if they used a light? I agree with that. I know. The killer had a light with him.
Portable stove.
Oh, I was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
Portable stove. 20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 3 frying pans, 20 wine glasses, some iron plates for barbecue, and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Iron plates and a portable stove. I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. Kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problem using it.
It's the portable stove.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around. So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
See, I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail.
Put the fingers down.
Oh, I wasn't making a perverted joke or anything. It's really not a perverted joke. I'm serious.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Agreed.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me?
I will, Edgeworth.
No, that's wrong.
Makoto ripoff.
Will you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean, battle? It sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. Damn, there's no way I'm going to lose against someone like him.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I can't back down!
Click a battle away.
I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
Fire door.
The reason Kazuichi could was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi, after all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
Come on. Damn it.
Damn it! Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier?
I didn't
the hall
forget.
was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I don't doubt what Kazuichi said.
God, it's got to be the fire door.
What are you trying to say?
You couldn't see it because it's the fire door.
The reason Kazuichi couldn't see was because the hallway was dark, right? So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi, after all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Damn it! Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier?
Okay, I'm so confused.
He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
I have no idea what to do.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see it was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway...
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it!
Wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
That is the thing I just missed. That is it. It has to be that.
The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway...
That...
Crap! The reason Kazuichi could was because the hallway... So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway... Wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it?
There we go.
To cut through those words!
Nagito, did you forget? Or are you just pretending you forgot?
Huh? What are you talking about?
There should have been a wall that blocked light. I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway. Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
I see. You actually noticed the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate... Oh, you still don't remember your talent, do you?
Who cares about that right now?
Nagito, what are you plotting? For someone who insists he's not the killer, you are quite nosy.
She's right.
You sound so scary. If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath?
You sure like to piss us off. How about I shut your fucking mouth for you?
And we feel you here on this one. Shut him up.
Hey! It's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the blackened already? Time runs out when I get bored.
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the torch?
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
You're obviously the killer, right?
If you think I am, I really don't mind.
He wants us all to die with
Whatever
him.
conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
So you're telling me to call out the real killer? Even though I don't really want to condemn that person, but there's no other way, right? The person who used the hallway's fire door as cover and used the portable stove to move in the dark. Snuck under the floor and stabbed Byakuya to death using glowing paint as a mark. So the only killer I can think of... Oh! You and only you. Oh my god, it can't be Perv, can it? He was the only one over there.
You're the only one! Could it be you? What are you talking about?
Teru's the killer? Is that true?
I was taking his account as fact.
What are you talking about? There's no way! Of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely. Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer? Because the portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen.
The only person who could have got out of that room without being heard by Ibiki initially will have been him. He had time. He had access.
That's it? That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? Isn't that a little drastic? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
You, Terry. That attitude is so not like you. For the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Call me chef.
Look, you know Gordon Ramsay. Deal with it.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right. For the future of the culinary arts, you must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
Nagito, sit the fuck down.
So what's an aspersion anyway? Is it yummy?
Did you know asbestos is yummy too? You should try some later.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light, and that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. Then what? It's dark under the floorboards too. So how would they be able to stab Byakuya? You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
Coincidental glow paint.
That's right. What do you think about that?
There's no way you can answer, right? You personally haven't investigated what's beneath the floorboards.
If that's the case, then Gundam should know. He actually went under the floorboards.
No. Unfortunately, there was nothing related to the incident under the floorboards. The only thing I found was a strange liquid shining in the darkness, near where
What did I say?
blood was.
What? A shining liquid in the dark? That sounds super important!
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right?
And in doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
The victim was targeted by a mark. What was the mark? Do I have anything that just... Oh, I've got to use knife, I guess. It's the only thing with glow paint on it.
I can prove it with this. The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Ah, by using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing.
They were trying to kill the possible killer. That's my guess. They found out about the knife and they waited for that person to try and make them move to kill somebody else and tried to stop them.
See, that's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about Nagito's plan all along?
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really, I don't know anything at all.
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
You again? Just stop already!
Now. We should
Was
give
that
everyone
shitty
their
writing his
opportunity to
handwriting?
speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout. And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
There's things in the floorboards.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
He made himself have an alibi.
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall?
Under the dining hall.
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
Nope.
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
Because he was under the dining hall, you dipstick.
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Well, it's not that far to move along the wall from the kitchen to the dining hall.
That sounds fishy.
If I remember correctly, you can tell when a person is lying by licking their sweat. So if you want, you should try licking me.
No way! You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall! Ibuki swears on her honor!
That's right. Teru was in the dining hall, not the storage room.
Not
Which
necessarily.
means he's not the killer.
No, that's not it. Why? Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me? It's not like I want to blame you.
You should be so proud of yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in.
I want to punch him.
Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope. Will that be enough to crush Teru's hope?
Caps in the floorboard.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice.
Damn it, that's not an argument.
Crap!
No, she definitely heard it. Ah!
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teruteru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe it was recording or something?
Nope.
Nope, definitely a live voice.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed. I'll shoot through that contradiction. Just because we heard Teruteru's voice in the dining hall doesn't mean he was literally in the dining hall. Huh? Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall. But...
I see. So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall. Is that true, Teruteru?
Hold on a second.
Can you explain this, Teruteru?
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
What the hell happened to your accent?
Where are you from again?
I was born in West Asabu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar!
If Teruteru was in the dining hall during the blackout, he should have been there after the power returned, right?
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teruteru actually there during that time?
I sure was! I was there the whole damn time!
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are at stake.
Damn right! You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories!
His accent is getting even worse! He's definitely lying!
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
Oh, is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
His memories?
Yeah, don't be saying things like that, don't make no sense! Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall? I probably can. Oh, you again!
Whether or not Teruteru was in the dining hall during the blackout, in order to know for sure, I just need to throw that question at him. Yep, this is where it's important now.
If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back, then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right?
Whoa, what? No! Don't make me remember!
I can't believe that's a plot point!
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teruteru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that.
Huh?
Because it is in his interests.
It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so unsightly. How about it? You can't answer, Teruteru?
That's weird.
It would definitely not slip from his mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
Even so, Nagito, say something!
I guess you might have to give up now.
Give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teruteru. I'm disappointed too, you know. It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito, what are you doing? Why are you messing with the killer like that? Hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
Da-dee-da-dee-da-do-do.